Andy Lee versus Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO World Middleweight Championship, December 19th at the Manchester Arena. Tickets on sale now at frankwarren.com. Or to watch on TV, subscribe at BoxNation.com.
Come to this guy's home team. I'm sure Jimmy on the night is going to do everything in his capacity to try and take that title away from him. I'm expecting a thrilling encounter. Full credit to Jimmy for taking the fight, and obviously full credit to Lee in defending it so quickly. We have a card for me which, as I say, stacked with 50-50 fights right from top to bottom, 8 title fights. Tremendous contest involving some, for me, the best fighters in the country. And, it's very much worth pointing out that boxing in the UK, it's on a high that I've never seen before. I think off the top of my head, it's 11 world champions, 12 if you include Andy Lee. And I'm sure Billy Joe is going to hopefully cement that as an official UK champion come Saturday. There's an abundance of shows on in the country at the minute. We're filling arenas around the country like it's never been seen before, and for me this is no different. This is, again, it's just a tremendous night, a great way for us to finish the year. The event, as mentioned, it's live from the Manchester Arena. It's live on BoxNation in the UK. You can subscribe via www.boxnation.com. It's also live on Showtime in the United States, so it's great to get that US exposure for the card. And off the top of my head, another 138 countries around the world. So this really is big time boxing. It's a terrific night, and I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it just as much as I am. I'm going to introduce everyone, open it up after the introductions to a bit of a Q&A session, and any questions you have, do not hesitate. And as always, our man Richard Maynard will make some one-on-one time available for you afterwards. To my right, doesn't need an introduction, by no means a second introduction that I'm giving him now. Liam Smith is joined by his trainer Joe Gallagher. Joe obviously is on a terrific streak of success at the moment, with some fantastic fighters in his stable, some great champions, and Liam for me is the pick of the bunch. To my left, Jimmy Kelly, the unbeaten, hungry, determined challenger from Manchester that's coming here. Not to make up the numbers, he took this fight without hesitation. He fancies this fight, he thinks he can make it a fight. And full credit to him for doing this, because he certainly didn't need to take this fight. He's 16-0. There's not much difference between their records. I think everyone will be in agreement that Liam's been in stiffer competition. Fantastic streak at the minute. I think we've got 6 knockouts on the spin. So, I'm expecting 2 guys coming and having an absolute war in there. To Jimmy's left, his trainer Ensley Bingham. Ensley's done a terrific job with Jimmy in quite a short amount of time, and he fancies his man for the win. I'm sure they'll have a lot to say about it. In front of me, straight in front of me, in the lovely bauble hat, is for me one of the most exciting fighters I've ever seen. I've been involved now in boxing for about 8 to 10 years, give or take a couple, and not many come along that you get as excited about as that young man right there. Mitchell Smith is 12-0. He's number 4 in the world with the WBO. He's won every title that's been put in front of him. He doesn't turn down opponents. He's up for any fight. And again, this is testament to him taking on a live opponent and someone that fancies the job. This is a fight that was originally scheduled for Harrow, that got postponed, obviously. Mitchell with a slight injury, and his opponent George Jupp certainly got something on the night to say about him. Again, cracking fight. I'm expecting it to be very, very exciting. And to Mitchell's left, we have Liam Williams. Liam is, I think it's his first return now from obviously a lengthy layoff with a hand injury. He's an unbeaten, tremendous fighter. He's fighting Chris CARSLAW for the Commonwealth and the vacant Super Welterweight Championship, and I'm sure both of these guys have got their eyes on these 2 up here. Liam's obviously got aspirations of unification fights and the big fights that we all wish to see, and you know, we hope to work with him to make sure that happens. But it's good to know that in this country, there's so many super welterweights coming through that, you know, the top of my head, you've got the chaps down here, you've got Jimmy, Ahmed Patterson's knocking about, Gary Corcoran, Joe Selkirk. It's a division that's stacked in quality, young, hungry, unbeaten fighters, and I see a real hotbed in this country for that division right now. So fingers crossed, everyone can you know, come through successful over the course of the next few fights, and we can start seeing some terrific all British classes. We're also joined by the WBO Intercontinental Champion, the middleweight champion, Tommy Langford. Tommy's defending his title against a chap that I'm going to try and pronounce, Robert Swerbinsky. Tommy's currently rated number 6 with the WBO, another tremendous talent. You know, he's done everything again that's been asked of him in the ring. Terrific fighter. We hide him in very high regard, and you know, he can continue to do what he's doing in the ring, continues to work hard. I'm sure that, you know, within the next 12 to 18 months, he could be a contender for the main event, guys. So that's all the guys, I think, with us. As I'm sure everyone would agree with me, we've got some of the best talent in Britain currently sitting around us with this table on a cracking night of boxing. It's a great way to the end of the year, and I'm sure you've all got lots of questions, so feel free to ask.
Liam, you're an overwhelming favourite for your first defence. Do you feel all the pressure's on you this weekend?
Mostly the pressure's on to defend your title, and I said it's a British title, it is the same thing to me. You know, I'm not going to go in today and unprepared and got too good a family, too good a coach to do that, so no way at all.
You said about you sparring, who you got sparring with?
So, you know, there's no secret really of being sparring. I've had good sparring, I've had very good sparring. You know, it's going to stand in this day, so it's something that I've prepared well, and you know, I think they're hoping and banking on a whole bunch of Kelly, but you know, I'm sure it's actually like that.
Jimmy, do you think you might have been overlooked?
No, it's neither here nor there. When it comes to the fight night, the training's done, everything's done, the fight's are planned, so it's like, get ready to fight now, innit?
Jimmy, I suppose that the big question most people ask is, are you ready for this sort of level? You know, because the board level, it's sort of a jump for you. That's a big question. I'll answer it on Saturday night.
Yeah, you'll see Saturday night.
I think it's important to point out that there's no hesitancy from Jimmy taking this fight. Fancied it. You know, Liam is obviously a fresh world champion, so you know, kind of coming from the opponent's perspective, you're going to take on a champion, you want to take him as he's just won it, not after a few defences and he's felt comfortable. Absolutely, Liam deserves to start as the outright favourite. He's done everything that's asked of him. He's the world champion. He's the one that has been there and done it. It's up to Jimmy to make the fight, and I'm sure he will do.
Joe, how hard a fight do you think it is for Liam?
However hard Liam wants to make it, Liam's trained really well. I think the difference going into the fight, Liam's been pro 7 years, Jimmy's 3.5. Liam's had 3 12-round fights, Jimmy's not had one. And I just think they're the key elements going into this. Liam serves as apprenticeship, and listen, you can't not taking Jimmy for a shot at a world title. I know there's people on the table here who are offered a shot at a world title and most rugby jump it as well, so you can't knock him, but Liam Smith's got to do what Liam Smith's got to do, and go in there and put on another good performance and show everybody that he is one of the most undeserved world champions and unrecognised at the moment in this country. Doesn't get the credit, his skill, his technical ability, and after this now we'll be looking on for moving on. Like I said to Liam mentioned this week, we'll be looking for a fight with Miguel Cotto. That's the fight we want.
You have to fight Miguel Cotto in, Liam? Is that one of your ambitions?
You know, I'd love to see that's what everyone set out to be, where they're at. And I don't want to be too disrespectful, but I didn't become world champion to fight Jimmy Kelly. And that's what's on the table, so that's what I've got my head on now, but I didn't become world champion to defend against Jimmy Kelly. You know, I have to get bigger aspirations, but it is what it is. It's a good defence after winning the title, so you know, as I say, we chose to fight, so I chose to forget that, get my head on this one, and then enjoy Christmas and New Year as world champion.
Vincent, what was your thoughts when Jimmy came in and told you and accepted the fight?
Yeah, I was very excited. Good afternoon, everybody. Before we start, yeah, I was very excited that the fight was offered in the first place. Jimmy Jr. is an exceptional fighter. dedication speaks for itself. As people were saying that, oh, he's not ready for this fight, he hasn't got the experience, he hasn't got this, he hasn't got that, he hasn't lost anybody. That's all irrelevant. The fight's here. Jimmy's prepared for 12 hard rounds against the champion. He's a reigning champion, and we're ready to go. Looking forward to a good hard fight, and I can guarantee you Jimmy Kelly will be successful.
Dave, could just ask you about what difference does it make being in the gym at the minute when everyone's winning and everyone's putting more titles? It must be, it's a real buzz that you can sort of feed off.
Yeah, it's just the buzz that's good. It's always good to train around happy fighters, good fighters, and successful fighters, and that's the stage we're in at the minute. You know, everyone's bouncing off each other. And, you know, we're not going into the gym and having to console someone who's just lost, or you know, we're all on a high. And you know, like I said before, you just read it in general. You know, we've had fights where you've had people going into it not expecting to win, you've got the decision. You know, it's like if you're going to Germany, not expecting to win, certainly not expecting to get the decision, and then you know, you got it. So I said, not just the gym bouncing, I think Great Britain bouncing at the minute, and you know, I'm one of them champions, so you know, I'm massively confident to say, picked the wrong time to fight me, going into the first defence.
Joe, I know you're at the end of the Christmas spread with your swagger really, but the business come Saturday night, there'll be no sort of fun games, no take an eye out for all that.
No, listen, straight business, I won't allow everyone to tolerate it. And just touching on Liam there, I think it's been a fantastic year for the Smiths. Hopefully, and the sports personality here was a team event, the Smiths get some recognition. You had Paul at the start of the year fighting Arthur Abraham, then Andre Ward. You have Stephen Smith winning his world title eliminator. Callum Smith, sensational against Rocky Fielding. Liam Smith winning the world title. And it's been a fantastic year, and no Liam's got to bounce into this fight, the family. There's just a momentum within the gym, within the family, and it's just going to bounce into this fight, and he'll fight with a swagger like he always does, and a snarl, and like I said, hopefully the family themselves will get some type of acknowledgement and recognition at the BBC Sports Person of the Year Awards this year.
Jimmy, do you have to pinch yourself to believe what's happened to you though this year? You started the year with a 4-rounder, didn't you?
Not at all, I always do good luck. It's where we always think, started off for a 4-rounder, and you know, it's come to this, but it is what it is, and when it's the opportunity, you know, people see me in the gym, and the training's gone fantastic, and just ready to Saturday night.
Were you hoping for a bigger name for United Press?
Yeah, I'd be alive to say, you know, I'm not going to tell you lies, yeah, I thought, once I won that title, I'd get bigger names offer a fight, and you know, we chase bigger names, but you know, he's number 8 in the rankings. It was very easily made, and you know, I can see why they've gone with it. So, you know, I'm not going to knock Jimmy Kelly back. You know, that's what's on the table. So, I took it, and I say it's just forward to Saturday. New ages for business.
I mean, what everyone has to appreciate as well is go through those WBO rankings that they currently. We have 7 rankings. WBO. Jimmy's earned this spot. He won the WBO Intercontinental title in good fashion. They deemed him worthwhile and worthy of ranking. He's the number 8 in the world in consideration with that division. That's why that fight was made. That was the most available. He was the highest ranked available contender for this day. Liam wanted a quick defence. That's, you know, we're happy to oblige with that. And, you know, he's got aspirations, as I'm sure Jimmy does, to go on and get bigger fights involving some of the biggest names in the world. And we'll back him to do that. That's not a problem. Most fights can happen. But at the end of the day, neither of them can take their eye off the ball. They've got to concentrate on what's in front of them. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a tougher fight than most people are making it out. It'll be evenly matched for however long it lasts, and it'll be exciting.
You were speaking there about the Smith family and British boxing. You just reflect on your own personal success. You know, you've got 3 world champions now. It's been a hell of a year for you personally.
Yeah, it's not something that's just come overnight. Worked hard along there, being involved in sports since the age of 10, and as I've been a professional coach now 14 years. So listen, all the lads that we've got, we've all had the setbacks. Stephen Smith's had his setback, Liam's had a draw early in his career. Anthony Croller, well documented the setbacks he's had, and they've dusted themselves down and come back, and that sense of siege mentality within the gym. It's like you fight one, you fight all. And I'm a huge admirer of Alex Ferguson. It's that type of Jose Marino, that type of mentality when we go into fights. You see in the corner when the lads go to fight, you've got Scott Quigg and Anthony Croller in the corner. It's not demeaning that they're in there, it's an education. They're being educated while they're being in the corner, seeing things. And you see that Anthony Croller's been all around the world with Matthew Macklin, Paul Smith in the corner. That's helped his education as a fighter, helping the big time when he's getting out. I just think it's been a fantastic year, and it isn't one that's got to not let up for 2016. As we know, we've got Scott Quigg in training now for his big fight with Carl Frampton in February, and looking forward to many more big fights in 2016 with a group of lads. And everyone has the moment, and it was Kawasaki's moment for many years, Billy Graham's, Jimmy Tibbs, the Ingles, and at the moment it's our moment at the moment time, so however long it lasts, we've got to enjoy it. Nothing lasts forever, and this won't either.
How do you keep it hungry, Joe? That is a problem of mind of mine.
I think if you look at the lads in the gym, there's no egos in them. They don't come in, we've got an entourage around them. They train hard, they work hard, they do everything I ask of them. Sometimes they don't want to do things, but it's them things that you don't want to do is what makes the difference. And I just think I'm very lucky and blessed to be involved with an amazing bunch of talented fighters, and not just talented fighters, but talented, nice, genuine human beings. They're great kids, and no one's been given nothing. They've worked hard at it, and I'm just blessed, really. I'm honoured and privileged to be able to work with such a great set of men.
Talking about the atmosphere of the gym, is it almost like that at the time, you know, not a football team where everyone is used to other boxes and there's that sort of key.
Yeah, definitely. You've seen that as the arena when Liam won his world title. The whole gym was in the ring then when Liam Smith won his world title. You see when Anthony Croller, the whole gym was there. They're all feeling it. From the novice kids from Marcus Morris and Jose Burton to your Quiggs and your Crollers, they all got in the ring, and that's it. It's something special, and maybe I'll have time to enjoy it in 5-6 years' time and look back on what it is that we have achieved at the moment. But there's no resting on my laurels, and there's still things and goals that we want to achieve. I want to achieve as a coach, and with this bunch of fighters, I'm going to achieve it with them.
Mitchell, can you tell us about your fight this weekend, how you think it'll go? This is your last fight at Superfell before you drop down.
After I've knocked out George Jupp, there's levels and levels and levels below me. He's on the southern area of that one. I don't think he deserves a fight. It will show on Saturday. Just while I'm here, I'd just like to ask you a quick question, George, on how you think you're going to beat me. Because as you know, we've shared many rounds sparring, and I've beat you up, and I've outboxed you to the extent that I was taking the piss out of you, and you got the hump and said, there's no need for that. And you know, I think his trainer's extremely stupid to put him in this fight, because I'm going to badly beat him up. And then sort of, yeah, we'll move on to bigger and better things. I'll be looking at fighting at world level, at better opposition than George Jupp.
George, how do you see the fight panning out? You going to pull it upset?
That's the plan, yeah, we'll see Saturday.
It's the plan.
Saturday.
It's the plan.
That's the plan. Mitchell's always got a lot to say. We've not said anything disrespectful to him. Whether or not he feels I deserve the fight, the fight's been...
How are you a step up? How are you a step up to me?
When I've not yet said that that's a step up.
You did. You
I've
said
not
I was
yet
a
said
step.
that
You
step
said
up.
that you was a step up to me.
But I didn't
You've
say
lost-
that. I haven't
You've
said
lost
that.
2 fights.
Listen, it is
You've
what
lost
it
2
is.
fights and you've knocked out 4 people. You've got hands like feathers.
We'll see
What do you think? What do you think
on
you're gonna
Saturday.
run? What do you think you're gonna run for 10
We'll
rounds?
see on Saturday.
I'm gonna beat you up and I'm gonna bust you. Simple as that.
You've got to lay off the cheeks, stop dreaming.
Don't worry. You shush. You know nothing. 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 Shush. You know nothing. What have you done for him? What have you done for him? What have you done for him? Is it in the DNA? Is it? Is it in the DNA? 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 I'll show you how good I am when I knock out your man at 130, then move down to 126. Don't worry. Listen, you're not fighting, so you shut up. You know nothing. You've done nothing for him, so be quiet. Okay? Be quiet. I've done nothing. I've done nothing. What have you done? What have you done? Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. I'm gonna knock your man out on Saturday, and then I'm gonna laugh in your face. Yeah. Don't worry about being in the. Don't worry about being in the DNA. George Jupp's gonna be in the A&E. All right. So don't worry about that. Okay, your man's getting knocked out. All right, and I'm gonna laugh in your face. So be quiet.
You're welcome to
Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet.
Anyway, move on.
Mitchell,
Yeah.
so you go over to George earlier on. What was said then?
I told him I'm going to knock him out. I told him, how is he going to beat me? I'm too skillful. I will make him miss. He will not lay a glove on me. I promise you. I'm not just saying that, I'm going to back it up. He won't lay a glove on me and I'm going to bust him up. And then once I've outboxed him, I'm going to beat him up and I'm going to knock him out. What do I think of Josh Warrington? What would I do to him? I think styles make fights. I think I'm physically too strong for him. I punch too fast, too hard for him. And I think it makes a great fight. I don't think it goes the distance. I think I'll knock him out within 6 rounds.
As you can all probably see, Mitchell's not lacking confidence. I believe.
I'll back everything.
Listen,
Why should I? I'll back
absolutely
everything.
not.
Everything I've said, I've done. Everything I've said, I've done.
You can't say fairer than that. Mitchell has done everything he said he's done. It's a
And I
tremendous
promise
talent.
you, on Saturday night, Jules Jupp will get knocked out. Devastating knockout.
Liam, is there a lot of nerves for you coming back after a year out with such a serious injury when at one stage you were told you were boxing, wasn't it?
No, not really. I'm just excited to return and thankful for being on such a big bill. No nerves really, just really looking forward to getting back in and doing the business.
How bad was the finger injury? Were you not told that you might box again?
Yeah, I did. Got told I couldn't box anymore, and obviously went and seen a second and third opinion. Luckily enough, somebody told me that they could do it, and thankfully here I am now, and I'm back fighting fit and ready to put on a display on Saturday.
Chris, it's your second British title fight. Do you feel it's going to be different this time?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It seems excited about it. And a long time went by, 3 years since, 3.5 years since I've won by those obviously. And I'm just looking forward to getting back in, showing what I can do.
You keep coming back and saving your career, don't you? With a win.
Well, I'll be back as Hardy for sure again. This will look forward to it.
Tom, you would be interested observer of the Lee and Saunders fight, which was quite high up the WBO rankings. How do you see that fight going?
I've said before, I see Saunders winning as the fight gets closer. I'm even more confident that he's going to put it up. Obviously, I'm interested in watching it. You know, it's the world title, and it's the world title in the governing body I'm ranked in. But when you're talking about fighting them, I mean, if the fight got offered 100%, as you know, I'd take it. But like, the reality is, I haven't been tested yet, and we'll see on Saturday night if I get tested out of Robert Swistinsky, and you know, I need to step up next year and have some good top fights in 2016 to prepare me for that sort of level. That's what we're looking to do.
If you was offered the winner, would you be like Jimmy and just say yes?
A world title fight against a British opposition in Britain doesn't come around very often, so I'm going to take that with both hands, and you know, I'll be 100% confident going into those sort of fights that I think I could win. So you know, but like I said, in a perfect world, I need to get my tests under my belt. I need to learn. I need to hit that level at the right time.
Jimmy Liam said he's not looking past you when there is talk of Miguel Cotto potentially being next. Do you think that he is maybe looking at this?
No, not at all. No, like you said, trained hard for no job on letting hit the bottom of the grass. So we've got to really know what plans there, what plans are on. I know like why we need to train.
It's the 4 world champions in Manchester at the minute. Just seeing the success they've had, so spur you on to
Absolutely. Yeah.
We all done? Any more? Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to do a head-to-head with the fighters. So.
Andy Lee versus Billy Joe Saunders, the WBO World Middleweight Championship, December 19th at the Manchester Arena. Tickets on sale now at frankwarren.com. Or to watch on TV, subscribe at BoxNation.com.